Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
6 years ago, I was living my dream. I was a lead researcher in a cutting-edge artificial intelligence lab at a prestigious national institute, fresh out of my PhD. My project, a neural network designed for advanced predictive modeling, was showing incredible promise, drawing attention from the institute's board and potential investors. I poured my life into it, working alongside a team I respected, under the supervision of Dr. Evelyn Thorne, the head of our department. Then came Professor Silas Finch. He was brought in as a senior research fellow, ostensibly to mentor us younger scientists. Initially, Silas was charming, charismatic, and seemed genuinely interested in my work. He schmoozed everyone, the board, the dean, even Dr. Thorne. But beneath that polished exterior was a viper. Within months, things started to unravel for me. My data pipelines mysteriously glitched, crucial simulations failed without explanation, and soon, whispers began circulating that my methodologies were unreliable and my ethical practices questionable. Silas, of course, was always the first to express concern to Dr. Thorne, subtly undermining me. He then pushed to have his own junior associates, including a relative, brought onto my project, claiming they could stabilize it. It became clear he was systematically sabotaging my work, isolating me, and positioning his own people to take credit for my impending breakthroughs. Dr. Thorne, caught between Silas's relentless political maneuvering and her own desire for departmental advancement, eventually caved. I was sidelined, my project effectively stolen, and my academic future at the institute, along with my PhD prospects, was brutally terminated. I was devastated, my career dreams shattered before they truly began. I left the institute, my heart heavy with betrayal, but my mind simmering with a cold rage. I knew Silas was angling for Dr. Thorne's position, and I wasn't about to let him succeed after what he'd done to me and countless others, I suspected. My instincts told me this wasn't his first rodeo. Anyone that ruthless had a past, and I was determined to unearth it. I remembered he'd come from a major tech firm's R&D division in another state. A lateral move, perhaps, but also a potential red flag for someone of his supposed caliber. There had to be something rotten there. I called my cousin, Lena, who worked in tech in that same city. I explained everything, leaving out no detail of Silas's treachery. Lena was outraged on my behalf, and being naturally curious and incredibly well-connected, immediately agreed to help. Our investigation began discreetly. Lena started networking within her industry contacts, casually bringing up Silas's name. We attended a major tech innovation forum near his old firm, blending in with the crowds. While I observed and listened, Lena, with her effortless charm, reconnected with old colleagues and industry friends. It wasn't long before she hit pay dirt. People remembered Silas, not fondly. The whispers Lena unearthed painted a clear picture of a man who left a trail of professional and personal destruction. The juiciest detail: Silas had a multi-year affair with the wife of Markus, a highly respected senior engineer and a significant private investor in the firm. Markus was a quiet giant, known for his integrity, and his wife's betrayal with Silas had been a devastating blow. Lena eventually arranged for me to meet Markus, explaining my connection to Silas without divulging my revenge plans. When I met Markus, his quiet demeanor barely concealed a volcanic fury that still simmered beneath the surface. He'd been meticulously gathering evidence for months after discovering the affair. Text messages, emails, even compromising photos and videos Silas had foolishly sent to Markus's wife, and in some cases, of himself. Markus had wanted to sue Silas for everything, but legal channels in the high-stakes tech world could be slow and messy, risking public exposure for his family. He had chosen to focus on rebuilding his life with his children, but his desire for Silas to face true consequences remained raw. I listened, my own anger for Silas fueling Markus's. Then I made my move. I accidentally left behind a copy of the Institute's internal directory on the table where we met. It was an innocuous-looking document, but it contained home addresses, personal phone numbers, and email contacts for every board member, major donor, and senior faculty member at my old institute. The very people Silas was trying to impress. I made sure to casually highlight the names of the influential board members and major philanthropists. I didn't say a word about what it was for, nor did Markus ask. We simply understood each other. The next week, I couldn't resist. I drove back to the institute just to observe. Silas was nowhere to be seen. The atmosphere was tense. Dr. Thorne looked visibly shaken, her usual confident stride replaced by a hesitant shuffle. Word around campus was that there had been an unprecedented internal review and an immediate personnel change. What I later pieced together from hushed conversations and industry rumors was truly beautiful. Markus, armed with the directory, had unleashed his carefully hoarded evidence. Anonymous emails containing graphic photos and videos, accompanied by detailed timelines of the affair, flooded the inboxes of key board members, major donors, and senior faculty. Some of the most influential figures even received encrypted data sticks via courier, leaving no doubt about the authenticity of the material. Silas and Dr. Thorne were the last to know, only becoming aware when the furious phone calls and urgent summons began pouring in. The Institute's reputation was paramount. An affair with a prominent investor's spouse, especially one involving explicit digital evidence, was an unthinkable scandal for a senior research fellow vying for a leadership position. Silas was fired within 48 hours. Not only that, but the exposure effectively blacklisted him. His name became poison in both the academic and corporate tech research communities. No one wanted a scandal magnate, especially one who lacked professional ethics and sound judgment. Dr. Thorne, while keeping her job, faced a brutal internal inquiry and lost significant standing. The Institute weathered the storm, but its leadership was forced to acknowledge a systemic flaw in their hearing and oversight processes. I, on the other hand, pivoted. I completed my PhD at a different, less politically charged university, focusing my AI research on open-source humanitarian applications. I graduated with distinction and landed a fantastic tenure-track position at a respected public university, now leading my own lab, free from the toxic manipulations of people like Silas. 6 years passed. Last month, I was at a bustling city government records office, picking up some paperwork for a new grant. The place was chaotic, filled with the hum of photocopiers and the faint smell of old paper and stale coffee. And then I saw him. Behind the counter, methodically processing mundane paperwork, was Silas. He looked older, his once sharp suits replaced by a worn polo shirt, his charisma completely evaporated. He recognized me, his eyes widening in a mixture of shock and profound humiliation before he quickly turned away. I just stood there, watching him, a quiet, deep satisfaction settling over me. Some meals are truly best served cold.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.